So I'm gonna take this time while Emily, my wife now, is in the restroom, and kind of explain to you guys like why we're doing this, why we chose to go to 2 farms on our honeymoon. First Joel Salatin, Polyface, and then Justin Rhodes' homestead farm. Me and Emily live, well, we've almost lived our entire lives in South Central PA, and it's just not the same as what it used to be when our parents grew up, and even when we were younger than what we are now. And it's just super expensive. We pretty much, the area that we live in is, our entire families live in, is right in the center of about 5 big cities. Anybody in Pennsylvania or near there knows of Harrisburg, Carlisle, Gettysburg, what else is there? Chambersburg isn't too far away. And then south of us is Maryland, which we can get to Maryland in probably about 30 minutes. So we can get almost any of those cities in about 30-40 minutes. So we're like right in the center. And kind of over the past couple years, like 10 years, all these cities have like slowly started to like creep into this little town that we all live in, which is East Berlin. And around East Berlin, you have a couple other small towns like York Springs, Hampton, East Berlin, Dillsburg, stuff like that. But it's kind of all becoming like one. It's becoming one city. The land is ridiculously expensive. So if you don't want to live like that city life, or live in an HOA, or live with neighbors right beside you, you almost, I mean, you gotta be willing to put a big chunk of change down on not that much land, just to be able to have some freedom and some distance away from everything. So me and Emily, we actually moved recently, not but maybe a month. We've moved to Hanover. Hanover is a city close to East Berlin where we grew up, and we don't like it. We hate it. We live in an apartment. We pay a lot of money to live. It's not even an apartment, it's a duplex, so we share a house. We pay a lot of money to live there, and you know, we're renting somebody else's house, paying somebody else's mortgage. We have no freedom to do anything. We can't raise chickens there. We can't have any substantial amount of gardening. We don't have any room for our dog, really. It's very just tight. It's very city. It's very, you know, corporations all over the place. Emily works in human resources at a food factory, and I own my own business for the past 3 years, running a 18-wheeler trucking business. And we're both just, I mean, we're over it. We moved down to Louisiana for about 6 months. Went down there. We went down there because it had nothing to do with because we were tired of where we lived. We went down there because we were just not happy with our relationship, not happy with who we were. I wasn't happy with who I was. So we moved down there for about 6 months. We started going to church, got close with God, changed everything we wanted to change. Realized that's a completely different world. I mean, if you're from Pennsylvania, moving down south that far, in like Louisiana, Florida, it's completely different. Everything has changed in the lifestyle. So we moved back. And now we're kind of just on a search for, we want to live a cheaper, less stressful, more freedom life, doing farming or homesteading. And that's why we're kind of visiting these farms and going through all these states, looking at the land and the property, and we've looked at the prices and stuff. And I mean, that's our end goal. Our end goal isn't to do this. We're not visiting these farms just for fun. We're visiting these farms. We're trying to learn and get information and make sure that this is really what we want to do. And I mean, that's it. All we know is the life that we live now, we're not happy with, and we want more freedom and more capability to live the life that we want to live. So we're young and we've tried a few things, but this is something that we're pretty set on. You know, we had some chickens, we loved them. We have some raised garden beds that I built. We love those. I'm a hunter. I don't know, we've been watching these videos like Justin Rhodes. I mean, he's been a huge inspiration, showing that a family can live that life on a reasonable amount of land. And that's really what we want to do. And we want to do it the Polyface way, or the Justin Rhodes way. We want to incorporate that type of farming, that type of lifestyle to our life. That's what we want to live. We want to be self-sustainable on the land without leaving a carbon footprint. We want to actually leave the land better than what we get it. And this is all really, really important to us. We want our animals to be happy, healthy. We want to be happy and healthy. And everything's got to connect. Everything's got to be that to be successful. And where we're at now in our lives, we don't even have that opportunity. We're stuck in a city. We're stuck working 9-to-5 jobs. We're stuck having crazy expensive bills, new cars. We don't want to live that life. We don't want to get stuck in that loop of renting, of working our 9-to-5s for 20, 30 years. We want to change. We want to do something while we're young, while we can. And that's kind of where we're at. So this is the whole reason why we're going on this journey. This is why we're starting our YouTube channel. This is why we're doing it all. So as we make these videos, that might be a little bit of a better foundation to understand why we're making them, and why we're saying what we're saying, and why we're doing what we're doing. We wanted to YouTube to, I think I said this before earlier in another video at Joel's, we want to do this YouTube not only to be able to reflect on it and, you know, have memories of it and to see our mistakes and all that, but we also want to take them as informational. A lot of YouTube channels up are already successful. You know, they're already up and running. They're good. And we want to show people from very start to very end. We're both 21 years old. We just got married. We both live in the same house in the same city that we've lived in pretty much our entire lives. So we want to show you from start. We have no farming background. None of us. We have done chickens and small gardens. That's it. We know nothing about it. But we're going to take these steps now to visit and learn from the best. And we're going to take that leap to see if it works. And we're going to do everything we can to make it work, and hopefully inspire other people out there that might feel like they're stuck in that life of it's unreasonable to want less stress in your life, or more freedom, or to have a dream of something, but to think, I have to go to college, I have to work a 9-to-5, I have to rent a house. You don't. You really don't. Neither one of us have college degrees. We both have pretty good, stable, decent paying jobs. We're both young, but we have bigger dreams than that. So that's what we're doing. We're not just going to settle with what society and where we live, our general area. We don't have all these small homesteads or farms. That's not a thing. So everybody looks at us like we're crazy, like it's not reasonable, like it's ridiculous. It's not. Just, you gotta want it. You gotta be willing to risk putting yourself out there to accomplish your goals and your dreams. And if you're not even willing to risk putting yourself out there, to move, to look at properties, to even think about that lifestyle, then you're just going to be where you're at, and that's not what we want to do. So that's kind of the backstory on why we're doing this and why we started this YouTube channel. So give us a little bit of time to get used to the whole YouTube thing, editing. We're not very good at it, but we love our families. They back us and support us in everything. Me and my wife, Emily, we love each other. We support each other in whatever decisions we want to make. And we have a beautiful dog that is not here right now. She is with family. And she'll be along with the ride too. So just kind of give us some time to get up and running and putting more videos up and getting better at editing, filming, everything. We will definitely take our money, time to invest in better equipment and do a little bit of everything. So this ain't gonna stop once this week's over. We're gonna be posting videos of building garden beds. We want to do quail in our spare bedroom. We are doing a ton of projects. I work on small engines. We'll be taking videos of tons of stuff, shopping for farm equipment, getting that ready to go for when we're ready to move. Everything that we do, we're gonna videotape, edit, put up on YouTube for you guys to see. Hopefully you guys can learn something, because that's what we're doing. We're learning. We're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna fail, but we're gonna get back up and we're gonna keep going. All right. The lady's in the car. She's ready to go. She's cold, and we're 40 minutes away from a hotel with a hot tub and a swimming pool. So I think I need to go. See ya.